Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Easy Accounting Channel. Today we are going to talk about deadline for filing your Canada income taxes. For individual deadline is April 30, 2021. To avoid late filing penalty and interest, you must ensure that your return are filed by April 30, 2021. Deceased, somebody that died, the deadline is April 30 and payment date for 2020 tax year is April 30. So if the death occurred after April 31st, 2020 and before May 1st, 2021, the filing date for 2020 tax year 6 months after the day of the individual death. So during this difficult time, if somebody died, you can contact CRA, Canada Revenue Agency, for assistance and payment date for 2020 tax year 6 months after the day of the individual death. If you're self-employed individual or their cohabiting spouse or common law partner, your deadline is filing date for 2020 is June 15, 2021. However, if you have a tax owing, you have to make your payment by April 30, 2021. Deceased person, if this occur between January and December 15, 2020, filing date is June 15, 2021. So payment dates for 2020 tax return is April 30, 2021. So let us try to avoid penalties and interest. And also, if the person dies 6 months after the individual death, if it occurred between October 31st and 20 and before 16 December 2022. So to avoid late filing penalty, the legal representative of the deceased individual must ensure that the tax return for the deceased individual is filed and any balance owing is paid within 6 months after the death of the individual. However, if the death occur after December 15 and before June 2021, filing dates for the 2020 tax return will be 6 months after the day of the individual death. And payment for the 2020 tax year 6 months after the day of the individual death. Let's talk about corporation's deadline. Filing dates is 6 months after the end of the corporation tax year. So each corporation will have their own tax year and it's 6 months after the end of the corporation tax year. And payment day, generally, corporations have to pay their taxes in instrumental, either monthly or quarterly, so that you will not be owing CRA. And the balance of the tax that is required to pay 2 or 3 months after the end of the tax year depend on your balance due date. So let's talk about trust deadline. So filing for the current tax year, T3, trust income tax and information return, 90 days after the end of the tax year. And payment for the current year will be 90 days after the end of the tax year. Charity deadline. So filing date for the current tax year is 6 months after the end of the tax year. However, charity does not pay income tax, but you have to file your T3010. So filing date for 2020 income tax under the Enhanced International Information Reporting Part 3 and Common Reporting Standard Part X1X. So generally, the information for 2020 has to be filed on or before May 1st, 2021. Filing for 2020 Partnership Information Return. So Form T5013 is March 31st, 2021. That is a deadline for filing for Partnership Information Return. This due date applies to partnership even throughout the fiscal period, and all partners that are involved in the partnership. In other cases, the earlier of March 31st or 2021, and the date is 5 months after the fiscal period the partnership ended. So filing date for 2020 tax return, 2020 statement of amount paid or credited to non-residential of Canada income tax return, that is Form NR4, is March 31st, 2021. So that is the deadline for non-residential residents of Canada information return. Then the NR4 information return is due on or before the last day of March following the calendar year to which the information return applies. So other income tax debts, including tax in respect of registered investment, tax in respect of overpayment to registered education savings plan, RESP, payments under registered education savings plan, so must be filed within 90 days from the end of each taxation year. And within 90 days after the end of the year, for each person who is liable to pay tax under this part in respect of the amount in the year, and must file a T1E OVP. So 90 days from the end of the tax year of a registered investment. Thank you for coming to my channel. I hope to see you in my next video. Please subscribe to my channel. Happy Easter. Bye.